Hey everybody, it's Tammy from Wisconsin. And how's everybody doing tonight? Tonight we're going to talk about, are you settling for whatever? This last weekend we went to my family's reunion on Saturday. And I'm from a really big family. And I think I've talked about that before. So there was like over 50 people there, a lot of people. And as we get older, I started to notice how people are starting to settle. When we were in our 20s, we talked about our dreams, and people were talking about buying houses and their jobs and stuff like that. And now it seems like a lot of people are just they're at a point where it's okay. This is it. This is what my life is, and this is what I'm going to settle for. And I think a lot of times people decide to settle because they think things are just impossible. I mean, the first conversations after a lot of my cousins I haven't seen for a year since last family reunion. And the first thing, what do you talk about? You talk about, oh, how's everybody looking? Oh, you look great. And the first comment I get is, oh, you're so lucky you have your dad's metabolism. And it's impossible for me to lose weight with my metabolism. I just can't get it done. I don't know what to do. And, how many times you hear things are impossible. It's impossible for me to find a job. It's impossible for me to like my job. I can't leave my job. All this stuff I heard on Saturday, and I was like, there's been things throughout history that we thought were impossible. It was impossible for a 4-minute mile until somebody did it. It was impossible to fly in an airplane until we did it. It was impossible for people that were morbidly obese to lose weight, and then all of a sudden there's the Biggest Loser on TV, and you see how all these people can do it, and it's not impossible. Everything's possible when you put your mind to it and you really want to do it. The next thing I heard a lot was, well, I'm settling for whatever because I can't do it. I can't lose weight because I've always been fat, or I'm not smart enough to find a new job, or geez, that guy's got that because he's just lucky, or I don't live in the right side of town. I don't have this. I don't have that. And it was blah 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 blah. It was just you can't make money in a home-based business. That's the one. I wish I had a nickel for every time somebody said that, because you know, and I put the income disclosure down there and said to a lot of people, it says, if you think you can't make money in a home-based business, you've just been looking at the wrong home-based business, period. You know, our income disclosure disclaimer is down below. Check it out. There's thousands of people making money in Empower Network, and you can too. And that's what I tried to tell a lot of people is, what, you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself that you can do it. And then the other thing I heard was fear. You know, there's a guy I know that started working with us a few years ago, and he didn't have any machinist experience. He had come from another factory, but it was not being a machinist. So we started in our entry level position, which is our shipping and our deburring area, and it's a little above minimum wage, and that's where everybody, if you don't have any machinist experiences, that's where they would start. So, he's a good guy. He's a hard worker. He shows up for work all the time. So we offered him, to learn more, go to the next level, a promotion, basically. And he turned the job down. And do you know what he said to his foreman? He said, you know what? I'm afraid to try another position, because what happens if I don't, I can't learn it? And then I get fired, and then I'm out of a job. So I want to stay safe where I'm at, because I'm afraid that I can't do it. Seriously, he's settling for entry level, and this guy's in his 40s. So for the next 20 years, he's going to work in the shipping and bringing area and make entry level wages. Seriously, that's when I hear stuff like that, and it's like, you got to be kidding me. On the other hand, Tony Robbins says that the only way things will change, if you want things to change, is if you do stuff for two reasons, pain or pleasure. So once the pain outweighs the pleasure, then things will change in your life. You know why I decided to lose weight, and that's what everybody looks at me and says, oh, you're so lucky to have your dad's metabolism. What they don't understand is the hard work I went through to lose the weight that I have. A couple years ago, I was out in LA visiting our sons, and we went out to dinner. And I had a little wine, maybe a little too much wine, but we had a good time. And when we got to leave, I realized that I was a little tipsy. Now, my sons thought it'd be fun to take pictures of me when I was a little tipsy. So I was holding on to each one of them like this, and my, future daughter-in-law at that time took pictures from behind to show that I had to hang on to my son's walk. And, got pictures of the front, and all of a sudden I looked at these pictures and I was shocked. How often do you see yourself from behind, directly behind in a picture? I saw my rolls of fat, my fat back. I looked fat, and I was disgusted. I was shocked. I was embarrassed. And I thought, I don't want to look that way. And then while I was out there for that trip, our son announced that he had asked his wife now to marry him, and they are planning a wedding. And it was only 3 months out. And I'm like, I am not going to look like that on wedding pictures. So the pain of seeing myself in those pictures overtook the pleasure of eating like I was. So Leanna and I found a diet plan. We learned how to eat right. We started exercising. And by the time the wedding came around, I lost 30 pounds. And I haven't gained any of that weight back. In fact, within the last month or so, I've decided to lose like 10 more and get down to where I don't even have an inch to pinch. But it had nothing to do with my metabolism, because I was overweight before. Not maybe as much as some of my cousins, but I was overweight, and it takes a lot of hard work. And that's when people don't realize, is that it's not about settling because it's impossible, because we know that's just not true, and settling because you don't think you can do it, and we know that's not true. Anybody can lose weight. Anybody can start their own business. It's, do you want to settle for where you're at right now? Do you want to settle for the weight you're at? Do you want to settle for the job you're in? Do you want to go to a job that you hate with a boss that doesn't appreciate you, and work for a company that really doesn't have much to do with, changing the world or anything like that? Or do you want to start your own business? Do you want to be able to, wouldn't the pleasure in when you have your own business, to be able to give your spouse what they so deserve? How about starting a college fund for your kids? The ability, when you have your own business, to make those choices, and you can do it. We can do it. You can do it. It's time to, get off the rock in the hard place, or, start making a choice. So are you are you willing to settle, or you're ready to soar? If you're ready to soar with us, links are below for more information to join us, and also, like I said before, the link for income disclaimer. So it's now time to make a decision. Talk to you later. Have a great night.